Brent crude trading at about $104 a barrel. You have U.S. crude trading at $92 a barrel. That is coming off a little bit from the highs that we saw last week, but still above that $90 a barrel average. That is a more than 40% increase since a month ago. And of course, Americans have been feeling that pain at the pump. Just look at these prices. You're looking at more than $1 increase in the last month for most drivers across the United States right now. And as you mentioned, in Port Arthur, an explosion just yesterday that still seems to be burning. These are images from that facility. This explosion happened in the diesel refinery portion of this facility, but because it is so scary and dramatic there, they had to close down the production of regular gas. That's going to be offline for a couple weeks, and that is going to impact gas prices. But the diesel portion that you can see burning right here, that's going to be offline for a prolonged period of time, and that's going to impact diesel prices. What we have seen with diesel prices is a dramatic jump, even greater of a jump than we have seen with regular gas prices. You're talking about an increase of $1.62, and that is because there was already a shorter supply of diesel prices before the war in the Middle East broke out. This is really critical. Diesel is really important because so much of what we get here in the United States moves by diesel transportation. So think about dairy, meat, produce, all these perishable items that come in on trucks and trains every single day. Then shipping, think about all the things that you're ordering online. That's likely coming by some form of truck, which uses diesel. And then if you're just a regular driver, but you use your personal truck for work, well, you're filling up at the pump. Fuel prices expected to rise because of this fire in Port Arthur, in addition to all of the pressure from what's going on in the Middle East. And lastly, Brianna, farmers. Think about farmers right now. This is critical planting season, and they are firing up their machinery, which uses, of course, diesel. So that is putting a lot of pressure on everyday Americans, but also on investors who just last summer, they were in actually extreme greed mode. But look where we are today. We're all the way back to extreme fear. This is actually where we were a year ago. So we've kind of gone full circle here. But of course, for everyday Americans, they are feeling that pressure of the gas prices at the pump, regular gas, Brianna, diesel prices. And that is largely because of the war in the Middle East, closing that Strait of Hormuz, for which 20% of the world's oil travels. But you add in a major explosion and fire at a critical refinery, that only adds to that pressure, Brianna.
Vanessa Yurkiewicz, thank you for taking us through that. Boris?
Now to a CNN